If it's one thing that black people are gonna do, it's do the damn thing. Hey, it's Allie. Welcome back to my channel, and in honor of Black History Month, I wanted to make a video about something that is near and dear to my own heart, and that is black anime. People. The black anime community. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm black, and I don't know if you could also tell by the One Piece ship in the background or literally everything going on back there, but I'm also into anime. I've been in anime since the jump, like literally came out of my mama's womb reading Naruto, okay? Little me running around with my cousins playing the Dragon Ball Z Budokai games, and well, playing, you know how it is when you're the youngest cousin. Anyway, and quite literally my best friend since jump, shout out to Nalo, we like connected and became really strong friends through anime. So needless to say, anime has been in my life for a very, very long time. And if you're anything like me, then you know the struggles of growing up liking anime, especially within like certain circles, certain areas, especially when you're black. Like in the early 2000s, anime was still widely considered to be like a weirdo thing. Like nowadays, it's obviously it's part of pop culture at this point. Like if you don't know what Naruto is, you know, but like back in the early 2000s when I was growing up, like anime was still very considered like, oh my god, you like anime? Are you like white or something? Like that is something that would get said to me like a lot during especially elementary school and middle school. Once I reached high school, it like didn't really matter. No one really cared. But by then I had already found like my group of friends, most of whom were black. However, internet communities didn't hold the same community and togetherness the way that just me and my friends did. And something that I think is really special that has spawned over the last like couple of years is the black anime community. And while I could talk about the numerous things that go wrong within the black anime community, in honor of Black History Month, I wanted to talk about more lighthearted and the fun stuff of the black anime community. When I was young, there was no black anime community. I hate saying when I was young. I'm 21. But like I meant like when I was like a little kid, like there was no black online like anime community. Any YouTubers or people on Tumblr, any like influencer content creators on there were mostly white people. In fact, they were probably like exclusively white people. Like I didn't even see most like any Asian people. Talking about American like media, by the way, like I didn't really see anybody other than white people. And like at the time, like I didn't think much of it. Like I was still watching like cosplay skits and anime reviews and this, that, the third. Like I didn't really think much of it. But it also can create this like sense of like alienation when you feel like you can't cosplay a character or you can't do XYZ ABC because simply you don't see anybody who looks like you who does those types of things. Like especially within cosplay spaces, cosplay was one of the major things I was really into when I was really young, and I wanted to get into cosplay. By the time like I was in middle school and I had gone to my first anime convention in 2013, like I really wanted to get into cosplay, especially like cosplay makeup was a really big thing that like I really wanted to get into. Not only where there just wasn't any black like makeup tutorials out there, God forbid there was any like black anime cosplay makeup tutorials out there. There wasn't. Like I remember first looking up like black anime like makeup cosplay tutorials and finding one like in like 2017, 2018, and that was a big deal for me. Like when I found somebody and I was like, wait, this person is actually like doing cosplay. I remember, I think they were doing like a toga from like My Hero Academia. Like I remember I was like, oh my god, like this person is actually doing like, it's on YouTube now. I can like access this. I don't have to ask random people when I go to conventions like, how'd you do your makeup? Like, you know, it was a really big deal. And same with like the commentary spaces. Like you didn't see any black YouTubers who were talking about, honestly, black YouTubers in general, but like especially before like 2017, you weren't seeing anybody black talking about anime in the way that we now have, you know, a lot of people, me included, talking about anime and honestly any other different shows in terms of like commentary and content creation here on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. Personally, I really started to see this shift, like I said, in 2017/2018 with YouTubers like Anarchy, who is a makeup YouTuber who does a lot of like geeky and nerdy like makeup tutorials and stuff, and RDC World, which we will be talking a lot about them in this video. But like RDC World was like one of the first like skit like YouTube channels in relation to like anime and stuff like that I ever watched, and I was like, okay, wait a minute, we can do skits? Because I used to watch a lot of like cosplay skits when I was like a kid, so like seeing them like basically do them now, like, and seeing black people do them now, like it was fucking crazy to watch. And of course, like, they've blown up so much, like I get emotional talking about them anyway. And then we go to 2019, and that's when I think that people online, like black people online in the anime community, really wanted to start like finding our own spaces. I started to see a lot more cosplayers crop up and gain traction during this time, which is like, obviously that's a great thing. I went to BlurredCon for the first time in 2019. That was an urethral experience. Like, I wanted to go, like, in 2019, me and my friend said, like, this is gonna be our yearly con now. Like, if we don't go to any other con every year, because we try to go to one every year, it's gonna be that. And then, you know, 2020 and beyond happened. But like, once I'm allowed out the house again, once it's safe to do so, you will catch me at BlurredCon once again every year for the rest of my life, probably. I started to see a lot more YouTubers on here as well. Like I mentioned before, Anarchy and RDC World, King Vader, like, I started to see just more like diversity in terms of like commentary spaces and influencer spaces. I started to see like black cosplay hashtags cropping up around 2019. People started to like have conversations about things like, you know, blackface and stuff. I promise I'm keeping this lighthearted, but like they started to have those conversations and like being like, we exist in this community. And I was all for it. Of course, I was 19 at the time. I was definitely all fucking for it. That's when I started picking up cosplay again as like a hobby, because I was so like inspired by all of the other people that I saw who were doing cosplay. And then of course 2020, we had like the big explosion. Obviously certain things happened in 2020. More things happened in 2020 than people would like to still talk about today in 2022, especially as it relates to the black community. But I think what came out of that was a whole lot of people who were just like, fuck it, I'm gonna become a content creator. I'm gonna be like, make these spaces that I wish to see for myself. And that's when we started seeing like a whole bunch of like discords, like the amount of discords that started in 2020 for like specifically the black anime community. It's like fucking crazy. And I'm in like 90% of them. Like we have the OGs, the anime homies. That was like the OG one. We have in the Nightosphere, which is like one ran by Kira Please, an absolute queen. We got Everything in Sauce. We got Black Girl Anime House. Like, that started to become a thing. Like, just black anime, like, media outlets started to become a thing, which is, like, crazy to even fucking think about. Like, these are media outlets, like, who report on, like, new animes and stuff like that is, like, run by mostly black people. Like, again, never fucking seen that before. The closest I would ever get to that is maybe like Anime America. Like that was the closest one. We got JDK's Pastelia. We got Joey's Yandere High School. Why did he change? I swear to God, that hasn't been always like that. And those are literally just a couple of the like black anime communities that started to crop up around this harp. I didn't even mention black card members because they're more than just anime. They're like black creatives like as a whole, but like that got started because of things like those discords getting started and people wanting to find spaces for themselves within these communities and not being able to find them. We started to see like a very big boom in like content creators, black content creators who like loved anime and really wanted to show it off, who started to gain popularity during this time because they just were like, fuck it, I want to create the content that I want to see for people who look like me, and they did, and that's why they're like so popular today. Is it fucking insane to see people like King Crystal like have a Hot Topic ad? Like, seeing Crystal, not just online, but going into the actual Hot Topic store at my nearest mall and seeing like her face plastered on like the front of fucking Hot Topic was insane. Like, I literally stood there and stared at that shit for such a long time. Like, people probably thought I was a fucking weirdo because of how long I was just standing there staring at that shit, because of how big of a deal it is. Like, I don't think, like, now it's like, okay, like, we're doing this now, it's a thing now, but like, when that fucking happened, we downplayed it. Like, I don't think we talked about it enough, especially if you were a black kid like me who used to go to Hot Topic to get anime merch all the fucking time. Like, seeing like these people who, not only who I follow, but like also who are like pioneers within like the black anime community, get together and do things like King Vader's skits. Like, those were a big deal. Like, there's a reason why they have so many views and why they're so fucking popular. Like, seeing like people get together and cosplay and just do funny skits, something that I used to watch all of the time. I used to watch, like, as a little kid, I would watch like white people do like little anime skits, and there was nothing wrong with that. It's just I never saw black people or anything like that like being promoted like the way that it is now. And like seeing like those King Vader skits, like, they evoke an emotion in me. I'm like, damn, like, there really are black people out here. There are niggas out here. And of course, RDC World's convention, DreamCon. Now, DreamCon has existed for a while. I remember when I first got into them and they talked about DreamCon, I was like, oh, that's really interesting. But of course, because of 2020, like, and they blew up even more like than they already had before, RDC World like doing DreamCon again and it being as big as it was last year. Yeah, I definitely watched that fucking recap video and I might have cried. It's none of your fucking business. We kind of just collectively, as a group, as the black community, and honestly this reaches far past anime, but like especially after 2020, we collectively as a black community were just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna create my own fucking group. And that's exactly what we fucking did. We created our own spaces, we created our own groups, and in 2021 we saw a lot of rise of like more niche, like even within the like black anime community, we saw more niche people start to pop up. Like the people who I follow on YouTube, I follow a lot of niche black YouTubers. Like, these are just a few, I have more, like, but that's just like a few of the YouTubers, like really niche like YouTubers that like came from this. And so like it helps to see that, because you're like, oh, this extends far beyond just like liking popular anime or whatever. Maybe you want to talk about more niche subjects, you want to talk about like maybe more niche anime or different sides of like the anime community, but you don't see any black people within those spaces. And so these people like started to create their own stuff within these spaces, which I think is really cool. So unfortunately, what was extreme tragedy, one after another, the black community as a whole was able to collectively rise from this. And I think on the internet especially, like, there was something special that like came out of this. Like, I always akin this, like, I recently thought about this analogy and I like compare it to like Soul Train.
You've always had, in various ways, black popular culture being mainstreamed, but for so long it was being mainstreamed with white voices and white faces. So to have then black culture on display in that way was revolutionary.
Still like music and we like to dance, we're gonna make our own shit. And I really feel like this is kind of like the modern like niche of that. This is the modern way of kind of that. It's like, okay, we like anime as well, but like a lot of these spaces can be so hostile and unwelcoming to black people. So what we did is we made our own space. Like, all the amount of like Twitter spaces and conversations that happen because like there are black anime nerds who are now more like, we've always been here, but we're more like happy to express ourselves and we feel better to do that. Like, we don't feel pushed down anymore, or we're not allowing people to push us down anymore and be like, hey, like, we're in these spaces. If you don't want to like have us within your space, that's fine. We'll go make our own. Like, you want to sit here and gatekeep? That's fine. We'll go create something cooler over there and you're going to be pressed about it. Like, some of the coolest shit that I've ever seen as it relates to cosplays, conventions, internet like shit has been through black people. Fucking the whole cosplay wig situation, finding good cosplay wigs, especially for black people, boom, new business started. Finding anime merch that is actually wearable and that is fashionable and not just a Hot Topic t-shirt with something on it, boom, black people did that. Like, I'm not saying like it was only black people who did that, but I definitely saw a pioneering in it. I'm just saying. I really do think like the black community and the black anime community has created something like so special here, and I'm so happy and obviously proud to like be a part of that. And all of this together within the last couple years has like helped me start my own YouTube channel and reach for my own dreams. So it's cool, I guess. Thank you so much for watching this rambly ass video. I was watching like Joe's videos on conventions, and I just really like talking about the culture of like anime and anime culture as a whole. And since it is Black History Month, I was thinking about like the black community as a whole, and then thinking about black anime, the black anime community, what literally I started making videos about. My first video was a video about Haikyuu. So thank you all so much for watching. Do me a favor, go ahead and like and subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment of your favorite black creator down below. It does not have to be in relation to anime. It doesn't. It could be a makeup artist, it could be a lifestyle YouTuber, it doesn't matter. Whatever content creator, your favorite black content creator, let me know who they are down below, and let's spread some love, spread some joy this Black History Month. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next video.